It's Friday, February 23rd, and when it's Friday, you know what that means. It's time for Comics Forever. Welcome back to Comics Forever, the weekly show where I tell you about all the comics that we love that you should be reading. I know you guys usually come to these videos from me and Brian for funny, sometimes informative, hopefully both, videos about comic books. But today's video is a little bit different because I am devastated and I don't know what to do besides talk about it. And so hopefully I can get this out there and it helps somebody, because that's all I know how to do. On February 7th, Nex Benedict, a high school student in Tulsa, Oklahoma, was brutally beaten by 3 older classmates. They succumbed to their injuries the next day and passed away. Nex was non-binary, and I don't think it is a coincidence that this happened in Oklahoma, because not only have they banned multiple queer books, they also passed a bathroom law saying that trans kids have to go to the bathroom of their assigned gender at birth. So, like I said, things are bad, and in honor of Nex, I have a couple books specifically about non-binary and genderqueer people to help spread the word and maybe help save a life. That's all we can try to do, right? If you've been paying attention to national politics in the last couple years, first of all, unclench your jaw. Good? Better. Alright. Second of all, you have definitely heard of Genderqueer by Maia Kobabe. This book is not only crucial and important, it also is banned in 56 different school districts around the country. Now, here's the thing. This book, it's a memoir by Maia about their self-identifying journey, about their perspective on trying to figure out where they belong and who they are. And I feel like we can all relate to that in some degree, you know? I learned a lot about myself reading this, despite being cis. There's a lot we can learn from different perspectives, guys. And this book has some adult themes, but when I say adult themes, I mean literally teenagers exploring their sexuality. So should it be given to elementary school kids? Probably not. But high school? Absolutely. This book is crucial for high school kids, especially kids who are themselves trying to figure out who they are and what they prefer in the world. And seeing a book like this would normalize someone like Nex to their classmates. And it's important. If you haven't read it, I highly recommend it. Get it for somebody who doesn't understand what non-binary means. It's so important to hear these stories, and even now more so than ever. So Maia's memoir is really cool because there's clearly a network of really supportive and like dedicated friends and family who want them to be who they are and don't question that, and they give them a space to grow and flourish and to figure it out and make mistakes, you know? Constellations by friend of the shop, Kate Lasheen. This book explores what happened back in the 80s when there wasn't as much of a network of support and structure and love and queerness. It's basically, it's semi-autobiographical about Kate's life, but it's about this character named Claire who, growing up in the 80s in New York, is constantly asked, are you supposed to be a boy or a girl? And we didn't have the language back then for non-binary or genderqueer or any of these things, and how hard that is to not even have a word to really put to what you feel like you are, and to not have a structure of support or not having any role models to look up to that are genderqueer, or like, not at least at the time. We didn't, like, you know, I would call Bowie probably genderqueer, but they certainly wouldn't call him that then. Essentially, because Claire has no structure to their life, they turn to drugs and alcohol and drinking. So, you know, when you don't have a healthy coping mechanism, when you don't understand where you belong, sometimes you have to self-medicate. And luckily, Claire is able to find a network of like-minded misfits in rehab. And, you know, we want to prevent kids from having to go through making these mistakes just because no one understands them. And I think this perspective is also really important, because this is, you know, like, Claire ends up okay, but not everyone does, you know, and this is a beautiful, heartfelt study of that experience, of the possibly falling through the cracks and getting left behind. And we don't want to do that to our kids. It's 2024, guys. Everyone belongs. So, while supplies last, by the way, we have signed copies of Kate Glasheen's book, Constellations. So, make sure you stop by Brave New Worlds to get a signed copy of Constellations today. Thank you for joining me for this slightly somber version of Comics Forever. I hope that through these stories and others, you know, comics are an empathy engine. You know, it's a perfect way to see the world through somebody else's eyes, and I feel like that's the only thing that's going to help anything. You know, as a single person, as just me, all I can do is learn from other people and learn about their stories and their struggles and maybe how to help them. That's all I got. So thank you for joining me once again. If you need these books or any others, you can go to bravenewworldscomics.com or just stop and by and see us in Old City. And until next time, Comics Forever.